With an end goal to murder the guns business in California, legislators currently require firearm producers to put growth alerts on weapons. As indicated by one Texas guns merchant, Bond Arms Incorporated, because of an ongoing Proposition 65, Prop 65, administering, its items will never again be accessible in California. The organization declared. After August 30, Bond Arms items will no longer be available, counting weapons, barrels, holsters, extras, clothing, and so on, in the province of California because of Prop 65, which makes all makers mark items that could have a compound that could cause tumor or birth deserts, despite the fact that it won't. Regular news reports. That's correct. Somehow officials in California have chosen that a substance that comes into contact with Bond Arms guns could cause tumor, and that these items would consequently need to convey cautioning names. Bond Arms has chosen that as opposed to having unattractive admonitions engraved in favor of their handguns, they will just never again supply their items in the state. What is Prop 65? Prop 65 isn't new enactment, it really goes back to 1986. Around then, Californians were ending up progressively worried about introduction to poisonous synthetic substances and voted in favor of the Safe Drinking Water and Toxic Enforcement Act of 1986, better known by a unique name, Proposition 65. This enactment necessitates that the state distribute a rundown, refreshed yearly, of synthetic substances known to cause growth, birth surrenders or other regenerative issues. The rundown right now contains more than 800 synthetic substances. The Office of Environmental Health Hazard Assessment, AHA, clarifies that regarding Prop 65, organizations are committed to educate Californians about critical measures of synthetic compounds in the items they buy, in their homes or working environments, or that are discharged into the earth. It is trusted that this data will empower the state's inhabitants to settle on shrewd decisions about which items to buy and how to shield themselves from natural damage. Up until now, so great. That sounds like sensible and fundamental enactment, isn't that so? The execution of Prop 65 concerning Bond Arms, be that as it may, is ludicrous. To be worried about the way that a handgun has come into contact with a concoction on the Prop 65 list is by all accounts an outrageous translation of the law and barely what its scholars planned. It is unmistakably likely that lawmakers are utilizing Prop 65 as an escape clause to focus on handguns in an express that is famously hostile to weapon. False reverence is overflowing in the Golden State. It makes sense that in an express that is so worried about synthetics that it needs to etch admonitions on handguns, that it would be greatly strict on the utilization of risky pesticides as well, correct? Off base. In spite of the way that the unfriendly impacts of pesticide presentation on human well-being are to a great degree surely understood and reported, California permits unavoidable utilization of these dangerous synthetics all through the state, incorporating into closeness to schools. In 2014, the California Department of Public Health, CDPH, found that 2,500 schools in 15 unique provinces were situated inside 1/4 of a mile of a zone with overwhelming pesticide utilize. Also, shouldn't something be said about pesticide deposit on leafy foods, introduction to which can twofold the Tike's danger of creating consideration shortfall hyperactivity issue, ADHD, notwithstanding different genuine well-being dangers? They beyond any doubt don't cut admonitions into the sides of bananas and oranges, or put cautioning names on the bundling of new deliver, isn't that right? Unmistakably, Californian lawmakers have ulterior thought processes in gunning for Bond Arms. It's a genuine disgrace that as opposed to utilizing Prop 65 to really ensure the soundness of Californians as initially planned, they're utilizing it to seek after an enemy of firearm quarrel.